Hey everybody. Hey Hunter Dove, how you doing, buddy? Y'all doing all right? Going good. Hey Mr. Ralph. Get fired up before I click the button. Hunting this stuff with J&J. Hey, how y'all doing? From New York. Hey SLC. Y'all guys doing all right this afternoon or tonight? I was making the thumbnail for the live and I must have accidentally clicked the button because it was ready to go. Y'all guys give us a thumbs up if you would. Trucking in South Carolina. I tried to message you back earlier. I think it was on Eric's live and tell you that you could stop in here and you could have been on the live with me tonight, Ralph. Could have had my first guess. Just got the Christmas tree. Headed home. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to almost in Columbia. You can still make it, Ralph. You can still make it here to get on the live tonight. Messy there. Hey, my slice of heaven. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how to do us a meetup. Yeah, that's what I was telling Ralph. He can still make it here and be on live with us, y'all. He can get on here and help me co-host this thing. We got a decent amount of rain again today. Heading towards the plant, then home. Hey, Mr. George. The auction lines didn't quite work out like I was hoping. I still enjoyed putting them up. But you feel like you're way out of place out there walking around with the camera like we was doing. Yeah, it makes you feel real out of place. But the stuff was going a little bit high for me. So we just had to sit back and watch. We did bid on a few items. No, that's hey Scotts. No, that's an item that I picked up that I was gonna show y'all. Show y'all when I find something at a good deal. I like to show you because I've been toying with the idea of telling y'all what I do in the winter when we don't have much farming stuff to do. I left before them combines sold. It started pouring rain. Time I ended the last live, probably 30 minutes later, it was pouring rain there. And it was a pure mud hole. But yeah, we bid on a 7200 John Deere and it kept right on going, and I bid on one I think it was a 7230 John Deere. And I was going to bid on a New Holland, but it didn't even start off in the ballpark. It come right out the gate. Crazy. The last one you went to was back in August. We got several more coming up. Maybe SLC or some of y'all local guys can try to come to one of these auctions and we can meet up and take the auction in. Yeah, I was hoping to find something too. But it ain't always meant to be. You'll park at mile marker 48. I'm trying to think where 48's at. Yeah, I think actually on one of the farms that I started farming this year on I-77. I would the farm that I started farming this year where it actually flooded. There's going to be an auction there coming up the first of this year where they're going to sell the equipment and stuff. I think they're going to have a couple combines and some hay equipment. I don't know what I was there to tell you the truth, because when I'm there working the hay land, I don't be snooping around or looking, you know. I don't want nobody to think I'm looking or something gets gone. I don't want nobody to say they saw me looking in there, so. But the guy's family called me last week and talked to me about parking the equipment in the field for the sale. So that's how I know what's going on. And they told me to go ahead and look at what I was there, and if anything I was interested in, to let them know. And might work out something before then. Hey, Mr. David. You got stuck on a bush hog from a sale. It could be easy to pick up something that's patched together. I think Mr. David's son bought something yesterday, I think. If he did, and Mr. David wants to talk about it, Mr. David might chime in something on it. He said, I'm not sure. Mr. David, so he did buy that 3250 sprayer. Yeah, they had a grain truck, a grain dump truck yesterday. That when it was raining one of them times, it sold pretty cheap, and I wasn't paying attention. I had my phone up and doing this and that. Spell my name is Jacky. We don't have enough cows yet. I don't never say how many we got, bud. Not being mean or disrespectful or nothing, but I just don't. I said we still shooting for about 250 head. But yeah, that was a pretty decent. I mean, it was an older model. I think it was an International. Yeah, I was on Eric's earlier and he was talking about that female calf. I asked him when I could go get her. Yeah, Eric's got a bunch of calves and stuff up there. If y'all guys would give us a thumbs up. I think we got what in here now? 11. And we got 5 or 6 thumbs up. Maddie. That's right. That was the name, Maddie. Yeah, there's a couple pieces of equipment at that farm. I actually rode by there earlier today and glanced at it, but it was raining, so I didn't get out. I went by and looked, and there's a couple pieces of equipment that I'm going to try to get back up with the family and see if we can work out something on before they go to auction. They've got a right brand new round beller. And I think they got a International, I think it's a case something. He's got a case, it's like 125 horse. I don't remember the model of it or nothing. What's that about? What were you asking me, Scott? You still looking for that colder part, Mr. David? I wonder how much that rebeller went for yesterday. The equipment I was interested in, they've got a right at brand new. Hey James O'Brien, they've got right at a brand new New Holland round beller. And they've got a International tractor that's like 125 horse that I'm interested in. That's all that I've seen. Like I said, I didn't get out and go into building today because it was raining. That farm has got 2 huge buildings on it. One of them's like I think a 75 or 80 foot wide. 75 or 80 foot wide by like 125 foot long. Then there's another building that's probably 40 or 50 foot wide by probably 60 or 80 foot long. I would like for it to be 4-wheel drive, just so if I do start doing some row crops or something, then I possibly would need it, but it don't have to be 4-wheel drive for me, because we're doing the hay, I wouldn't need it, but I would like for it to be. Hey Brad, how you doing, buddy? Them John Deere's was hanging too high for me yesterday at the sale. I couldn't do nothing with them. Living the dream. Never bought a New Holland. He's got a He's got an elevator for the square bales. I'm thinking about also. Should have got that trailer and made a trip to Eric's. No, farmer's work ain't never done. The water pump come in for the 574 the other day, and it was, I don't know what it fit. Hey, Back Farms. Yeah, that water pump that they sent, I have no idea what it fits. It wasn't close to fitting the 574 International. So we called, got back in touch with them, and they sent in another one. They told me to throw the other one away. They didn't even want it back. It does slow down. I mean, I do have a lot of free time. Cut the bull calves today before it gets cold again. I might need to slide closer to my phone if y'all have it. Can y'all hear me good? Everything's good, okay. We run a new cable out here to the shop one day this week, so maybe we won't have no. If I need to shut my door now, when it gets back cold again, it's like 70 degrees here now. I was just on to something talking and forgot. That oil back there, that's 28 degrees. That oil, that's Shell Rotella 1540 that would run into a bunch of stuff. Now I was at Walmart the other day and they had it on clearance. That's a 6-gallon box for $42, I believe. $42.19. 6 inches of fresh snow last night. Yeah, we back warm now. I'm back in short sleeves out here. But we probably got close to 2 inches yesterday here at home. And today, if I had to guess, probably a ½ inch of rain. Carolina weather. Yes. I think we hit 28 or 29 one night last week, maybe Tuesday night. Where's the beer? Just made pork chops on the grill. I haven't had nothing to eat. I don't eat too big on Sunday nights normally. We saw snow for Monday and Sunday and Monday next week. Pizza Hut garage. I picked up them rain gauges here too because I always forget to turn them over I put them at every one of my hay fields. And I'll forget to go turn them over and they'll get froze and broke. They had them on clearance at Walmart for 25 cents. So I picked up a stack of them to put out at the hay fields as I said, I forget to turn them over and they'll freeze and break or the auction went good. There was a good crowd of people there. Yeah, there was a good crowd of people there, but the stuff was a little bit too high for me. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff at clearance on Walmart if you know where to look. Yeah, if you know where to look in Walmart's, I've never been to one that you can't find clearance stuff scattered out in it. No, we didn't. We weren't able to bring nothing home. I bid on 2 tractors, a 7200 John Deere and a 7230 John Deere, and it slowed down, and I thought it was about to get right, and I bid, and it took back off and went right on over my head. It left the little fish over there on the side flopping. That's where I stayed at. But there's a couple guys that I know that farm and they get what they want. I mean, plain and simple. And 2 of them was there yesterday. There was 2 of them guys that I know that's there that get what they want, and they John Deere guys. And if you got one of them John Deeres yesterday, you paid for it. Yeah, they are big dogs. Like I said, they get what they want. And if you happen to get it, you're going to pay dearly for it. And if they ain't bidding on it, you better stay away from it. I mean, they farm forever, and one of them's probably got close to 60 tractors that they farm with. Deer guys don't play around. So the prices was good on the livestock yesterday. That's why you don't farm anymore. Yep, one of them guys that was there that I know that lives probably 45 minutes away from me, he's probably got at least 60 tractors that they farm with. The time I seen him and the other one, they were standing at the first 7230, and that line where the newer tractors started. They didn't leave. Yeah, no, they can drive way more than one at a time. That one's probably got 18 to 20 full-time employees on his farm. Yeah, he's got a bunch of full-time employees. I don't know how much they farm. Yeah, I don't know how much land they work. No, I don't have different tractors for different jobs. I've got the 1, 2, 3. We've got like 4 tractors that we use, and they do any and everything from cutting hay to baling to pulling trees up to bush hogging. That's why I'll be looking for a little bit bigger tractor, because my son's starting welding school now. He's in school actually. He's in welding school and he don't want to farm, so I'm thinking if I might go ahead and get me a yeah. Alright, my slice of heaven. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. And that cab will be nice. Like I said, it's getting harder and harder to sit out there in that sun all day. The Case Farmall 100C. I talked to them the other day when I was making that video, and I've got him, you know, just chatting, not even serious. And I've got him to 58 on it. I think I could possibly get it for around 55. Nope, my tractors is all open cab. Yeah, I mean, if you look back in my videos, you'll see them. There's a few videos where I run my buddy's equipment, helping him bale hay. You know, for him with a cab, but that was my first time ever getting in a cab tractor. But them 7230s was real nice looking tractors yesterday too. No, if the air conditioner don't work, I don't want a cab. I had no tractors. They had an 806 International diesel there yesterday at the sale. Take care, Container Man. Hey, Heaven's Gate. Glad you stopped in to chat with us. Yeah, they had an 806 diesel there yesterday. I think it went for, I'm not sure, 2,500 running, and they had a, I think it was a 1020 John Deere with a front end loader that went for right at the same price. $47.10 Massey. What kind of horsepower does them Masseys have, Bill? A 100 horse. The old tricycle. Yeah, the tricycle was on one side. Bagwell's got one. Yeah, the tricycle one was on one side, then the International was in the middle, the 806, then the other 1020 had the loader. All three of them went for close to the same price, I believe. I said, I'm not positive, but I think they did. I said, I'm not going to make a fast decision, though. I'm going to look and keep checking around. Because I don't need it now for 3 months. I think it's made in Turkey. I believe you're right. Let's see, I got 3 months right now before I need it. Those will go for around 9-11. Clint said he should have bought it. Do you know how wide the booms is on that sprayer that he bought, Mr. David? So they'll have better sales then. The 40-20s bring good money up there. I said it's just weird sometimes. Sometimes the tractors do and sometimes they don't here. John Deere's are expensive for your taste. And you said that was a 60-foot booms. That was a nice looking sprayer he had yesterday. My son's 17. 17 years old. Get what you pay for. Exactly right. But I got to pay for what I get too. I said, them 7230s looked good yesterday. That was a nice looking tractor. That sprayer looks heavy. I don't remember what size tractor it was hanging behind it, that tractor at the sale yesterday, but it looks like a heavy sprayer. The little 574 that we got now does everything we need, and it ain't like 68 horsepower. That sprayer yesterday was a 3-point hitch, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was 3-point hitch because it's got legs on it to set it down on. Mr. David, I have to answer that. I don't do any tillage, bud. All we do is hay. All we do is hay for the cows. I'm wanting to do some next year. That's why I was saying if I can get a 4-wheel drive, then I would like to have it for the future. But I don't have to have it because in doing the hay, I don't see how I could ever need 4-wheel drive in a hay field. But it will be nice to have though, like I said, if I do some row crops, because I do want to do some. Then it would come in handy. Y'all's a 750 gallon, 60 foot, 7,500. tent does good in the hills and the mud. I'm still trying to find some of them brushes, Brad, like you got in your cow pens from the scrub on. I haven't had any luck getting any from the road guys yet. Rate control foam marker hydraulic pump. That's right, DLH does got a Massey also. Y'all do a little tillage to get rough. George just took a with Cold Springs. I have to check into them Massey's though. I hadn't even thought about it. And I didn't check on the price of the Kubotas there when I made that video the other day. I think they had a 125 Kubota there and a 90, I think. But the 90 wasn't where I could record it. The 90 was actually getting prepped. Hey Timber Hill, glad you stopped in here and chat with us for a little bit. What you got? What y'all got going on this week? I think it's the 7400. '47 or 57 series. Only problem with a Massey, I don't know where the closest dealer would be to me in the area where I'm at. Getting hounds in the woods. One of the guys that I rent hay land from, he coon hunts, rabbit hunts. Hey Peter. Yeah, he does all kind of hunting. And one of the guys that I get hay land from. Yeah, I definitely gonna get a loader. I mean, getting it without a loader is, I might just soon not have the cab. If I can't have a loader, I just soon not have a cab. The loaders make it so much easier when I run my buddy stuff. Moving all the hay that we have to move, that we make, and it's pretty aggravating using a 3-point spear to move it all. It's just so much easier with a front end loader. They're called Hay Kings, is their name. Yeah, our local, the dealership that I went in earlier in the week and looked at the internationals and stuff, they have Kubota there also. There's also a dealer right here close to me that sells LS. I don't know nothing about LS, but what I understand is they make the New Holland small tractors. I don't know that, but that's what I've heard. And then both of them's within 25 minutes from me. If I'll go 30, 35 minutes, there's a New Holland dealer. I'm a big fan of whatever I can get to work. That's what I'm a big fan of. I won't have no problem owning a green tractor. I won't have a problem owning an orange, blue, red. Yeah, it really don't matter to me. The color don't bother me. Now my family used to want, when they farmed, they wouldn't have nothing but an international. Yeah, like I said, I can see me in any of them. Any of them will get the job done, I'd imagine. And I could get a lemon in whatever I pick, I'm sure. And if there is a lemon, I'm sure I'll get it. That's how my luck could go. You own 0.7 acres, 0.17 acres. Talking about a small, like a yard. Color don't bother you either. But y'all, I made a couple videos on my lawnmower. I bought a Cub Cadet from Tractor Supply. It's a RZT 54 zero turn. Y'all, that's a real good lawnmower for the money. I will not pull y'all's leg and tell y'all something that I don't believe. And if I tell you something, I say I might be wrong, and that's because I don't feel 100% in telling you that. But that RZT 54 Cub Cadet lawnmower, and the experience that I've had with mine is as tough as I've ever been around. I cut probably 5.5 acres of grass every week with that lawnmower during the summer. Around my houses, my farmhouses, my shop, my log cabin. And the only trouble I ever had with it is on the cutting deck, there's a spring that keeps tension on the belt. I didn't like the way they had it made, so I made me a new piece and put on it. I don't think I ever posted that video. I think I lost it, actually. Yeah, see, I don't know. I know that most of the lawnmowers is made at the same manufacturer, what I've heard, so. Got a John Deere that's 18 years old. But yeah, I mean, like I said, that Cub Cadet, it did cost like $2,700, which is a lot of money for a lawnmower compared to $1,000 regular riding lawnmower, but it cut my grass cutting time in more than in half. But I was real satisfied with it. Still am satisfied with it. If it tears up this coming summer, I'll buy another one just like it. Y'all guys was asking last week about the backhoe. Our backhoe is a Case 480C. Yeah, the backhoe's a 480C case. I think it was Scott's or somebody last week on the live asking me about it. So I made a note of that so I could put it out there. He might not even be in here now, but if he is, maybe he heard me. If y'all guys haven't, give us a thumbs up. Better yet, the wife cuts the grass most of the time. I enjoy cutting grass. You see if someone will be able to close cab for him. So John Deere's got a zero turn with a cab with air conditioning. Cut yours with a DR mower, brush hog, and a snow blower. Yeah, I think them tractors high. I wouldn't even want to know what them lawnmowers cost. Lawnmower probably costs more than I got in all of my hay equipment, probably. Won't surprise me a bit. Excuse me. I wish I'd have been making videos about 3-4 years ago when we first started doing the hay and stuff. I was running the 504 gas international or Farmall, 504 Farmall. It's gas and it was a tricycle. And we had probably about 10 acres of hay on the ground, square baling it, because I didn't even have a round baler at the time. And we had probably an acre left and the tractor broke. I don't remember what broke, but the only option I had was to let my hay go to waste in the storm that was coming, or hook my Farmall A to my square baler. So I hooked the A to that same square baler that y'all see me using now, and baled probably 40 or 50 square bales with the A. Had to go real slow. Hey, SS Land Tech. Yeah, whenever you could cut the baler on with that A hook to it, and every time the plunger would go, the tractor would go forward like a foot and a half, then it would back up a foot and a half with every stroke of the plunger. But like I said, we went real slow as it would go, and was able to get it done and get it out the field. Let me back up here because I missed some. No, that ain't got nothing to do why that A smokes. That's been 3 years ago. I might have wore it out back then. That'd be a good way for me to test it and see if we fixed it. You might have given me an idea, Mr. David. I might hook it to the square baler just to make a video out of it. Yeah, that might make a good test to see if the Bon Amy fixed it. Hook it up and you watch. And no, it was hard for me to do it that day. And we ended up taking at that time we was using, I call it a sidewinder rake, a bar rake that's ground driven. And I went back and cut the windrows, made each one into 2 or 3 small windrows just so we could get it up. Like I said, I didn't have no other choice then. And I needed it to feed my goats and stuff that I had. No, we didn't get a tractor yesterday. Everything was too expensive. $5.75 with a kicker. The best thing I've done to my square baler since we've had it is when we worked on it a little last winter and put the plastic string in it, the BT 130, and we can bale 800 to 1,000 bales, you know, without pushing hard now today. In one of the videos earlier this year, we baled like 800 that afternoon, right after lunch, till we quit. I think we broke 1 bale. But the old Massey 120 pounds them out pretty good. Have a little trouble whenever it changes balls on you. It'll slip a knot. Hey Denny, how you doing, buddy? Or Chris. Yeah, man, the guys is in here. Glad you come in with us too, buddy. You ran a 46. That's one thing I do like about the 504. It's got a bunch of different ground speeds compared to my 574. My 574 don't go near as slow, like if you in a heavy windrow with a square baler. But with the round baler, it don't matter. If that roll ever starts turning, I've never stopped it up. Now, like I said, if the roll started. Now, if I take off in the wrong gear, I normally start off in like 2nd gear and go about 10 foot, then I'll go up to 4th gear. But sometimes I'll forget the downshift in between the cycling and dumping a bale and take off in 4th gear, and I'll plug it up. The top looked good on your tractor the other day, Denny. The canopy. Looked real good. How many horses that 4010 back farms? I cannot remember y'all's guy's name, and I be trying to. Hey, farm work. Glad you stopped in here and chat with us. $85 or $90. Yeah, the tractors was a little bit too much for us, but like I said, we still got several more options, and it's a good 3 months before we would need one to put in the hayfield. so we got time to look. And if any of y'all new guys come in, give us a thumbs up if you would. Somebody explained that to me the other week on the live, that if you keep getting thumbs up, that they keep like sending it out and more people find out about it. Yeah, and that don't necessarily mean that I could be cutting no hay in 3 months either. And that was just the earliest, that's the earliest that I would need one, you know. The 806 is 90 to 100. Yeah, that 806 at the auction yesterday, they had it running. Saw a couple different guys moving it around and stuff. But I really like that Farmall 100C. It don't look as quite as nice to me from sitting in it up there on the yard the other day as that 125 Maxim that I drove with my buddies. Do any of y'all know the difference in the 100C versus the 125 Maxim other than the horsepower? I would like for it to be four-wheel drive, Chris, but it don't have to be. You know, I want to do some row crops next year, and if I do some row crops, then the four-wheel drive will be nice. But I don't have to have four-wheel drive, and I want a loader on it for sure. Yeah, I want a loader for sure. I don't think it's going to be too hard to fix your head, your pickup header on your baler there, farm work. Yeah, I think I could get by with an 85. Yeah, I think an 80. Like I said, I'm making do right now with a 68 horse. Yeah, 68 horses doing everything that I need to do. But it is putting, I mean, I'm killing that old 574. I think it's a 74 model. It's 2 years older than I am. The 806 is nicknamed the 4020 Killer. $53. Yeah, the Maxim is double the price. I did notice that up there the other day because they had a 125 like I drove with my buddies. And it looks a lot bigger, it looks just like a lot heavier, bigger tractor than the C. Look at the 2755 or the 3955. You have any idea what them tractors cost, Hunter? You get the 5020 with a cab if I can find it. The 47s are 70 to 90. The 57s are 90 to 100 horse. I won't want to go much smaller than the 85 horse, though, I don't think. 24,000. Yeah, I won't want to go much smaller than 85 horse. I think that will be the bottom end on horsepower. Okay, front end loader and four-wheel drive. Yeah, I wouldn't, because I mean I'd want the, like when I'm cutting hay with I think my cutter's 9 foot with the 574. I can only go so fast in thick hay. And when I run my buddy's equipment, I was able to go well beyond that speed. The 4710 is 100 horse. Wow, you see 90 to 100 horse two-wheel drive loader tractors for under 20,000 with decent hours. I'm gonna check that out, Chris. Chris, I might be buzzing you up here shortly tomorrow or something, get you to, if I can't find where to look for that, I might call you up and get you to put me in the right direction. You and Mr. David one. I know how to get up with y'all two. The metal is cheap. Grab me a drink, y'all. You have an app and you specify what you want. I will, Chris. I got me a stage light put up here, y'all. You see that? So that way I don't be so fuzzy looking. Because I looked at one of mine the other day and it was pretty dark and fuzzy out here. So maybe it looks brighter tonight and it's showing up good for y'all where y'all can see. Just fine. I talked to the guys at that Rebel auction company, and they was fine with us recording and everything, and they actually said that we could go to all of them, and it's close by that I wanted to go to and film them, that they had no problem with it. So, but you do feel like a person with two heads walking around out there in the crowd with a, recording and stuff. It makes you feel out of place. Yeah, everything here is pretty flat, Brad. Welcome back, Joey. Joey. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I can remember a few of y'all's names. Yeah, here we don't have no hills to speak of. Went up in flames. the drunk Fred. Glad you stopped in, buddy. Everything's going good. Yeah, it's flat here. There ain't no hills. What do you think would be a fair price on one of them, Brad? You can never go wrong. What is your name? Extreme 8R, whatever, 87B. You can never go wrong with education. Get your education while you can. Yep, you can never go wrong with education. And if you wasn't raised on a farm, which I was raised on a farm, but my family quit farming in the 80s, and when I started back 4 or 5 years ago, I had near a piece of nothing to farm with. It's going to be the hardest work you probably ever do in your life, unless you're a multi-millionaire. You come straight out the gate and buy everything that's going to make it easy. You bought one for $6,000, Mr. David. I wanted my son to stay on the farm, but he wants to weld. To do hay. My plan for the new tractor that I'm getting is to do the cut hay. We run a 9-foot cutter right now. I want to cut hay. I want a cab. We're going to pull the round baler. We'll pull an 8455 International round baler. And just then that's going to take the work off of my 574. And I could leave the cutter on the 574 then, because now we have to unhook and hook every piece of equipment as we need it. And working on a farm, to you while ago asking about the ideals and stuff, working on a farm would be very good. It's very weird for me to understand how to get foot in the door. How long have you helped? I mean, you need to help and be around it long enough to know that that's what you want to do. You know, and once you know that's what you want to do, then you should be made some connections with other people to talk to, you know, to find ways in and find you need money and lots of help, Hunter says, to start. And the less money you have, in my opinion, the harder you're going to have to work. I mean, because that's just my thought. I mean, but I never want to discourage anybody from doing it. Farm work, you've done all your stuff. Over first, hand over fifth. I said, it's hard work. It's the hardest work I've ever done. That's exactly what me and my wife done when I started farming. Me and her agreed that when I started doing it, that I wasn't gonna borrow no money. And that's worked good. I mean, it's worked great. I sleep good at night because I don't owe nobody nothing. But at the same time, I miss a lot of great deals on equipment or land that if I would go get money or use the bank's money, that I could be so much better off in that aspect of it. That it would be easy to say it's just. I mean, I do miss a lot of deals because I only spend X amount of money. And if I don't have it or if I don't make it to spend, then I just we don't borrow so far, but it's looking like that's fixing to have to change. Farm work. Are you still in high school now? Okay. A Deere 6000 series with IVT would be great for round belly. I mean, this is what I do for a living. This is it. I do know off the farm job. I do work in the winter. I do online work in the winter, and that's what I've been toying with, letting y'all know about it. But it's totally off subject from farming, so that's why I haven't never brought it up. I mean, and if some of y'all don't, have time in the winter, there's opportunity there for y'all too. To do so. I can't help you on marketing crops, buddy, because all I do is cattle and hay. Some of these other guys in here, though, do row crops, I'm sure. And vegetables and stuff like that. Go drive a Deere with IVT and a Massey with Dyna and see your future. the same boat about the row crops and stuff. I don't know, but I have several buddies that does it, and the one that I was using his equipment belling for him the other week, he's a good guy, and he'll help guide me in the right direction when and if we decide to cross that bridge. Time to nuke your dinner, Ralph. The hobbies of life. That's right, farm work. Like I said, I said it earlier, I don't think it's going to be too bad to fix your pickup header on your beller. Them pickup tines should have bearings on the end of it with a roller. It runs in a track. And all you should have to do is flex that head back in shape, back in lines, twist it back, and then if it's opened up too much, you're going to have to narrow the hole back up so them rollers to stay in the track. The guide them pickup fingers to stick in and retract back like they're supposed to. I just don't see that as being, too hard. I mean, it might seem harder to you if you ain't never done it or just looking at it from the outside, but I think when you get into that thing, I don't think it'll be that bad. If anybody's new in here, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us if you haven't. Yeah, on one of my old round bellers, the track was wore completely out and broke, and I just took new metal and welded in there. I mean, just get out there with some thin metal that you can bend and cut, and if you got a welder, man, then you can put that thing back together. If the knotters and stuff is working good on it, and it's making good hay, I sure won't be worrying about looking for another one over a pickup. That's just my opinion. Boston Market TV dinner. Yeah, when I sit down to eat too, I can't eat no one little dinner like that. That thing will make me mad. The old eights bellers, it's hard to get them bearings out. I know on mine there's a service hole on the side that's just a little bigger than the bearing, but most of the time the head of the bolt will be wore down from it rubbing in the track, and you couldn't get them out. So we reach in there with a sawzall or a grinder, whatever we could, and just cut them off. And then I've actually cut the tubes in half. The tube that's got the bearing and the guide on one end, I've actually cut the tube in half to get them out. Cut it in half, take it out, put my new bearing and stuff on it, put it back in, and then weld the tube back together. A poor man be looking for a solution. Cam followers. Yeah, like I said, we cut the tube in half to get them out. On the old, I can't remember if it was the old Vermeer round beller we had or that New Holland, that chain beller. This stuff won't come out, so we cut it. Took the saws off, cut it, put the new bearing on it, put it back up in the track. Just marked it before we cut it, so we can line the mark back up and weld her up and get back to belting. Got a bug on me. That's right, 1/8 thick, 1 inch. Yep, that's probably exactly what we used. Said ours would break out and wear thin, and then the wheel, when the roller got to that hole, instead of going in the track, it would jump out and then follow it. And then the teeth will be binded up in the pickup head out, sucked in instead of sticking out. Now, if your knotters and stuff ain't working on it and it ain't making bells, then you're talking a lot harder work, in my opinion, to get straight. Then I might be looking for a bell or two. 3 thumbs down. Is that right? So we really got 3 thumbs down? Must be doing something right then. Let me get my phone. $20 thumbs up. Somebody took theirs off. Yeah, I see on my screen there we got 20 thumbs up, but I don't see the thumbs down. I don't think it shows me that. It's 21 and 2. Which I reckon that means we're doing something right or we're doing something wrong. All attention is good, in your opinion? Thank you for stopping in, Brad, and chatting with us, buddy. It's good to me anyway, however it works out, guys. I just enjoy hanging out with y'all and talking about what we got going on. Good old trolls. Trying to get my phone to pull it up. Yeah, I just ignore it. I just talk to the ones that want to talk to me and thank the ones that come in, and as long as they come in and at least they give us a view and come in for a minute. So what you got going on this week, Chris? Yeah, I used to didn't have none. We didn't have none up until probably a month and a half ago, but now I don't pay it no attention. I just like to see when we put stuff out that it gets views. And I like getting the comments, and as long as I see we're getting views and people's talking and showing up to the live, I'm happy. When we post it and nobody don't watch them and nobody don't come to the live, then I reckon we'll have to change. Like watching a real. Thank you there, SLC. We try to be honest, and what you see is what you get. Like I said, a couple of y'all guys we've communicated off of here, and I hope that they feel that I'm the same when I talk to them as I portray myself on here. Hey, World's okay as farmer. Just watching the Steelers. Yeah, we try not to lead nobody astray and act like we're something that we're not. I'm not here to be a YouTube wonder, Mr. David. What's World okay as farmer's name? Did I just see somebody have it up there? Mark? Yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy doing the lives and the videos. And it's a challenge for me trying to learn how to edit them and how to put the stuff up and in the line, how to keep the lives up, how to keep doing them. And you might video us on Tuesday when they put leaf filter on my house. Yeah, I really enjoy doing it. I still haven't been able to get over to the computer. I'm still doing it all on my phone. Yeah, World's Okay as Farmer is good. I sub to his channel, and he comes on mine and watches stuff and leaves comments, and he actually commented on one of my drone videos about, because he said that I should have had my music to play through the entire video, but I don't know how to do it. And so once I chose that song, it goes to where it ends, then I wasn't able to put no more. And I still haven't figured out how to loop it or do nothing like that. But we're learning, because I feel like I know a lot more now than I did 6 months ago. And I feel like I know more, I feel like I'm steady learning. I've got a DJI Spark. Yeah, back I saw him in your video, and I think Chris, Denny's Country Life was in your video that you done today or yesterday one. The 1540, I was talking about that earlier. I use it in my tractors and stuff. They had it on clearance at Walmart, and I paid $42 for 6 gallons. I was just showing the guys earlier. I don't have no editing software, Chris. I use on my phone, I use iMovie. Yeah, I record on. I did buy another iPhone Black Friday when I went shopping. So now I bought this one to use. And the one that I'm recording on now is the one that I was talking on and is the one I'm recording now. I only use it for recording and doing the YouTube. But no, all I do is record on my phone, edit on iMovie, and export it, upload it, and then y'all watch it. But I'm seeing and understanding that there's so much more I could be doing if I would go through the computer. I bought the DJI Spark. I bought it, I got the Fly More, so it comes with extra batteries and the battery charging station. You can charge 3 or 4 batteries at one time, and it comes with a remote. Use the Microsoft editing software. Use Fusion app on the iPad. Yeah, I think I paid either $400 or $500 for mine. My wife and kids got it for me back earlier in the year. And it's pretty simple. I mean, the hardest part is getting it set up and registering that sucker with the government and all. That's the hardest part, because they know everything you do with it. You can go back in there. I can go with my phone right now, and it'll show me every time that it's launched from the ground, how high it went, how fast. It shows you everything. So, you know, that's pretty scary. You know, if you accidentally do something, there's a record of where and how you fly it. I have 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. My son's in a bunch of my videos. He's the only person that works on the farm with me. And now he's in here moving around in the background now. He's doing the welding thing. He's going to be like Chris and them. He's going to be a welder. He wants to be some type of welder, whether it's fabricating or if he's, at one time he was leaning towards the underwater welding. He told his mama a while back if we had them nice tractors like we used in my buddies, that he might would have wanted to be a farmer. I told him if we had them nice tractors, I'd have to run him off. I wouldn't be able to afford to feed him. His neighbor's a welder. Yeah, and he's pretty good at welding. I took a welding class when I was in high school. Like an ag class we had in high school then. And then, you know, with me just learning that little bit in there, and then learning on the farm when I was young, and ever since I've been old enough to have my own stuff, I've welded and fixed whatever I needed to. farm well. That's right. That's what I call myself, and I'm not a professional. But I can put two pieces together and they hold. That's what scares me, Chris, about that underwater deal. I think he's maybe leaning away from Dad, I hope. Yeah, they don't even have ag class no more here now. They had them when I was in school. But now I reckon they would. Everybody needs to be doctors and lawyers, I reckon. Industrial welding with your own truck is a ticket. That would be great. I would love for him to get what he needs to do it, his schooling and whatever he needs. And then if he needs a truck and stuff, then we'll see that he's got what he needs to go places, because I might need him to help feed me later down the road, ain't it? I'm trying, Chris. That's what I've been trying, buddy. Real well, ugly but strong. And then one of his instructors at school, he does online high school at home. One of his instructors at school was leaning him towards that underwater and going up to somewhere in Virginia where they do nuclear boats or submarines or something like that. So you do pest control now. Good deal. I was reading some stuff when he was talking about that underwater, and they were saying that you only have an X amount of hours to work, like in your career, in your field or something like that, and that didn't sound good to me either. He said that, like, just say, I don't remember the numbers, but he knew. So, Chris, you 34 years old? Good deal on that. Finish it up. I mean, almost anything you do, if you'll finish it up. That's what I tell my kids. Quitters never win and a winner never quits. So whatever you decide to do, stick with it. But I mean, you don't want to stick with something that's definitely driving you down the wrong path. Hey, Blake. How old am I?
40, 41, 42.
I think I'm 42.
Yep.
I had to ask my son. I think I'm 42. And that's the truth. I don't remember. I don't. Guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. back, guys. I'm coming. Sorry about that, guys. Somebody come in. Hey, small town farmer, how you doing? Hey Eric, how you doing, buddy? Glad y'all guys stopped in. Wow. Small town. Yeah, I went to the Peterson Bros video, Eric, checked it out and subbed to them guys. So there's so many channels that you don't hear about. You don't hear about them until you luckily stumble on them. Or yeah, that was a real cool video. Take care, Chris. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. If any of y'all guys haven't given us a thumbs up and you would, I would appreciate it. The auction went good. There was a lot of good turnout, but the equipment was a little bit too high for me. We bid on 2 different tractors. We bid on the 7200 John Deere. We bid on the 7200 and we bid on the 7230. But both of them kept right on going, which a good bit of the stuff there was going for top dollar. That's just a jug of oil that we picked up at Walmart back there, Rotella, 1540 diesel oil. I set it up there so y'all can see it, and I was telling the guys that that's 6 gallons of oil, and I paid $42 for it. It was on clearance at Walmart. I thought that was a good deal. Yeah, that sale did turn into a mud hole. Started harvesting on Friday. Yeah, I think that's regularly 70 something, 75.99 or something at Walmart. Yeah, like $75 normally at Walmart, and it was on a clearance aisle, and I just seen it and picked it up. Same with them rain gauges back there. We put rain gauges at all of our hay fields, and so we can try to keep up with about how much rain we get on each farm. I wish they had a bunch of them when I found it. Let me plug my phone up, guys. It just give me a warning. Let me plug it up real quick. Try to keep this thing going for a few more minutes if we can. Oh boy. Now what we fixing to do? I got to find a cord. Give me a second, guys. Y'all go ahead and chat. I got to drag another drop cord out. Get some juice to this foam. If not, it's gonna cut off. All right, I about got it, guys. You're gonna shake here for just a minute. All right, should be plugged up now, guys. It might get hot and cut off. It rained here yesterday and today. We used the 5-gallon bucket deal during the hurricane this year when we got 22 and like a half inches of rain in like 20 hours. Yeah, but no more equipment than I have. It would take me so long to use it that I might still save some, but it would take me a long time to use 55 gallons of motor oil. Several guys that I know have aluminum beds on their work trucks. Aluminum flatbeds. At one time I was looking for a flatbed to go on my dually. I was wanting one of them, what are they called, DZs or something like that with the arms that will fold back and pick a round bell up and set them on the bed. I was thinking of one of them one time. Do you lose, like does the corn lose some of its value if it has to sit in the field until January? No, I still haven't made a video, buddy. Not at the shop. Your bed's rusted out. You would suggest one that has rivets. Your garage ain't nasty, Ralph. Your garage is too clean. Yeah, your garage is spotless. It's like you can tell you don't ever do no work in there. Yeah, I can't believe when you put that video up. Yeah, you on the road every time, just about every day. If I post something or on Instagram or somewhere and you comment back, you on the road. You on the road all the time, that's for sure. I know you can't keep your wallet in your pocket while you're driving, because if you do, your back's going to be jacked up like that. All that money, you have to be at the chiropractor all the time. Eric, I'm gonna come up there and get that heifer calf. What was her name? Maxie, maybe. I can't remember her name now. Maddie. Maddie's her name. Two cows started fighting. I wish I'd have had my camera out a couple weeks ago when our bull got out and got into a neighbor's cow pasture. And he was trying to breed his cows, and then I had to pull him off of them and corral him up. That was a hairy situation, trying to get him corralled out of there. Congratulations on whoever's I think his little boy turned 1 today. I missed that thing. Yeah, did Eric give us a thumbs up yet? Got down before you could break them up. Yeah, you don't want her to stay down long. Small town, did you get her back up yet? Or was she able to get up on her own? Hurt bad. The vet's coming tomorrow. Is she at least in the upright position, how they normally lay down? With her front knee, her back legs under, and her front legs curled? Because if she stays down to tomorrow and can't get up, the chances of her getting up is not good. If I had a way to get her up, I would definitely try. I'd put some, if you don't have the hip holsters or whatever they call, I'd run a ratchet strap or something under and hook it to yeah, we've got somewhere hanging in here is like a 6-inch wide strap with big hooks on each end that we can put under them and try to pick them up. That young bull that fell in the ditch, we had to get out in the ditch and put a strap on him and get him out the ditch. You got a video, small town, how you lifted one? You're married, so your money goes quick. would you have 350 out of a pond? Back during the ice storm, probably some 3 years ago, we had so much damage, y'all, it's unreal. We had so much limbs down that we had burning piles stacked up in our cow pens, and we burned them and then dug a hole with the backhoe and buried the part that, you know, some of it just wasn't burned. And one of our cows got over there and got in that where we buried it and got stuck. And it was so boggy and wet at that time that I couldn't get a truck to her or a tractor without tearing the field up. And I took an old ski rope with the handle that you hold on to behind the boat and put that thing around her, and I kept pulling and twisting and pulling until I finally got her out by hand. My kids hooked me up with an Instagram probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago or so. And I don't know, I mean, I just take a picture or go, yeah, I hit the plus button. That's exactly right, Ralph. I hit the plus button on the bottom of my screen and it'll carry me straight to my camera roll. And on Facebook, same way. Yep, you're exactly right. That's how my daughter and them got mine set up. I hit the plus, pick what I want. Facebook kicked you out. What in the world? So there's multiple photos. See, I don't know this here, Ralph. Hit the plus button, then the icon stack for more photos than one. Okay. No reason. That's unreal. How they just throwed you off for no reason. Around that soda. What kind of yellow tractor is that here? Oh. You followed me a while back on Instagram. You don't follow it now? Hunter? Okay. Cattle working sheep. I don't remember, but I should, because I built mine to fit the old head gate that I got. But I don't know it. If it's something that you really need because you're going to build one, I could try to measure it for you. Just thinking about doing some tobacco crop, but Eric ruined that dream. It's bad when you lose the whole crop, y'all. I'm trying to think how many corrals and stuff, panels and stuff we got in ours. It's 2 wide, 3 long. So that's 12. It's 20. Ours is probably 24 foot wide, 36 long. Then the walkway is probably 36 foot long that leads to the head gate. Best I can remember off my head. It's something that if you build it permanent, you know, in the ground, then you need to do a bunch of thinking before you build it, because I just use cow panels. We use cow panels and put T-posts in the ground to anchor them, because we've had a couple of young cows that'll try to go under them. One idea that I've been toying with and experimenting a little is that I'll put divider fences in my cow pens, and then I'll put the corrals right up just about touching the divider fence. So when you run them in the corrals to do what you need to do, if you need to swap pens with one, you can open your divider gate and let it work with your one of your sheep gates, that like a small entrance gate on your corral system. Then you can use the gate that's already there to divert the cows from one pen to the other one. Like if you're separating the calves off of the mamas, you can use the gates and stuff that's there instead of having to move them. And that seems to work pretty good for us with the, like I said, doing it on the fence line that divides the cow pastures up, if you have dividing fences. And we generally try to feed ours in the corral system, so that way when you need them in the corral to do something, they're used to going in it. That's right, you have a lot of cows and you're turning a lot. Ten cows is a good start. 10 cows will work you if you don't have a lot of time and stuff to do with them when they're needy, and they're gonna be needy at certain times. And if you're not able to provide that time, you know, then things could get bad quick. You just made a big ag purchase. I like for everybody to come in. Anybody that wants to come in. Do you back farms, do you have hay land and stuff? You have hay land and stuff to make your own hay for your cows when you do get more? You bought your first 7 in the cabin now? My stuff, but okay, as long as you got a good plan, because we had, we have plenty of hay generally. We have plenty of hay, and this year when the hurricane come, when we lost a lot of hay, and then that throwed us in a bind, and we was either fixing to have to buy hay after making hay all summer or sell cows, and that's a bad situation for me being as small as I am. But we worked it out. Pulled through it. Yeah, buying hay does suck. I hate to work all summer doing hay and then have to buy hay to make it through the winter. Man, I hate it. But sometimes you have to do it. Y'all already buying it to resell. I wish I had something to sell y'all, because I would have a lot. Hay will run short and silence is running out fast. Yeah, Mike had to buy a lot of hay. I'm glad he come in and chatted with us last week, son. Hey, Jerry Jr., glad you stopped in to chat with us. That's bad to know you had that much land and have to buy it. Already sold 20,000 bales. Well, to tell you the honest truth, I haven't sold a bale of hay since Hurricane Florence hit South Carolina. Because we had to quit selling so we could try to make sure that we had enough hay to feed our cows. be a shortage. I would not doubt that. And I hate that. I don't like to ever let a customer leave to go somewhere else to buy hay. I don't know what silage costs a ton, buddy. Maybe some of these other guys know. If any of y'all know what silage costs a ton or a bale or something, let small town farmer know. That's another thing that we planning on purchasing is a bale wrapper. You'll never run out. So y'all got plenty of grass hay, Eric, with the bed and the fodder and stuff for the bed is what you're gonna be running out of. If you run out of bedding, Eric, is there any way that you can leave your cows out? Which that feedlot is small, I think. So I mean, if you run out, you don't have any other choice, but you've got to buy something to bed them with in the buildings, if I'm thinking correctly. Any of you guys know what time it is? $9:41. Thank you, Mr. Ralph. Back phones. And George. Everybody telling me now. I think we got about 15 acres left standing. We'll probably bale 3.5 bales per acre, and we're just gonna leave it. We'll probably either bush hog it or burn it in the spring. I ain't never heard of nobody using bean stubble either. But I would imagine it's better than nothing. You really like it for beef cattle? Sawdust is more for chicken and horses. I've seen one billet. I was gonna try baling some of the peanut vines for the cows, but we didn't do it because I got scared because I hear a bunch of people talking about the wear it puts on the balers. So I decided not to do it. That great rate's hauling. So this is almost free there. All right, Eric, I appreciate you coming in, buddy. What y'all guys want to talk about now? No, we can't talk about nobody's wife now. Hunting. My son does all the hunting here. He hunts behind our log cabin and at a couple of our hay fields. He'll set up stands and stuff, but generally sees the most. And I don't have a lot of time to hunt. I used to hunt a lot. If I go now, I go to look at them. Yeah, if I go now, I'm just looking and watching them. And yeah, we'll take the round bales of hay, and my phone's fixing to quit. If it does, I appreciate all y'all coming in, and we'll do it again next Sunday. I just want to tell y'all that before it crashes, because it's freezing up on my end. Is it buffering on y'all's end? The video's lagging. Well, guys, I hate to shut it down. There's a lot of us in here. I sure appreciate all y'all coming. We'll do it every Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all have a good week. We'll try to drop a video every day. Take care. Have a good week, y'all.